Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to be putting back together the pavo25 version 2. We took it apart in our last video because when it crashed the JTX cable broke. So when you're flying you want to try and land it this way or any which way. It just depends on what it hits. Will determine whether or not it's going to be a simple repair experience or a not so simple one, which will make things complicated. This one was pretty good. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's put this thing back together so that we can get it back up in the air in no time. So they're cleaned up. That excess solder is off, but now I have to somehow finagle it so that both these cables stick on there, right? They both go into their respective holes, but I don't know how they got this on there. They probably did this first, I'm guessing. I'm gonna say painter's tape, cut really thin. Some of this stuff, just to hold at least one. Once I have one in there, the rest should be fine. I can just cut it. So here's the hard part. Again, check the wires when you put them back on, because as you saw, I just took it off. I'm like, and sometimes anybody can make a mistake. If we can just get one in there, right? We can get one wire, and then the rest will just be a breeze. So the tape is holding one side together. Then, and you don't want to cake it on, because remember when we took it apart, right? It's not going to hold. It's not going to close. So you got to be able to just put enough on but we want to be able to close it. Okay, so we managed to solder everything back together. We got the battery connector thing here. Whoops. Oh, well, it slipped right through. Thankfully it's a plastic piece. I could always use this piece right here to push it back in, because it has to seed on the wire. You can always pull it out, and the wires have to be soldered flat. You would think that it would go onto the connector one way, but just flat like that. See, so that we can put the antenna piece on. And if you get confused, you could always go back and watch the video, pause, and follow along, pause and just follow along, or rewind, whatever works for you. The screws are magnetized. Be careful, because if you drop one, you might go crazy looking for one, like I did. And then double check the flight controller board. Double check the motors, because watch, if I lost a screw, the motors are magnetized. So I'm like, wait, where is it? Where did it go? Is that the screw? Is this the screw? And then finally, if I spun the motor around, it's right there. So be careful with that. And also watch the flight controller board, and you don't drop a screw in between there. If you do have spare screws, that's fine, but make sure that you don't have any screws wedged between the flight controller, because if you find a spare screw and then replace it and then find out that there's one wedged in here, you're going to short out the whole thing. Okay. There we are. So we'll probably use the longer screws for in here, if that makes any sense, which are the ones that just fell out. One fell out, so these will go here. just keep turning it so it's like stacked. Okay, and then we just turn this one. Whoops, I just dropped one. I heard it fall. But I see it right there, so you gotta watch your stuff. Okay, see how it stacks? Keep your screws in order. It does help, but if you know where all your shit is, then great, kudos to you. Make everything tighter. But somehow we just have to make sure they're all evenly in, because sometimes you have pressure on one side, then pressure on another, and no pressure here, more pressure there, and And now I do need a little needle nose plier. You could use the tweezers though to turn the bolts. Okay, see, flight controller's on. This is to the LED lights, and now we got to put on these bolts. You might need tweezers, but as you can see, I put tape on the O3 air unit, right on the gimbal, just to make sure that nothing doesn't scratch while being manhandled. And now it's tight enough where the bolts, to just the tip of the bolts, you can see, that's all. Right there, right there, right there, and right there. Okay. And now we have this, the tail is the back. Okay, so that goes like this. But you have to make sure you can get the O3 air unit in, so you want to put your hands, whatever works. I have big hands, so I have to finagle it so that I can see. I got a little magnifying glass thingy. And now I'm just gonna push in the O3 air unit. Be careful. If you recall, one of our viewers / subscribers traveled 3 hours to get his unit fixed because it turned out he bent one of the pins by accident though. And if you bend one of the pins, you're not gonna be able to have the full experience with your drone. You'll be driving yourself crazy trying to connect the O3 air unit, but it won't connect. This is a powerful motor. It feels like it has the motors for the Avata upgrade. The Axis, what do you call it? So wait, we got 1, 2. Which one are they? Oh yeah, this one. And then we take this one. Put this there. And then just put that in there. The only thing we'll have to fix is the battery strap thingy. We'll do that in another video. Now we get the thing that fell. And just put it on the magnetic tip. And that's one. Find the other long screws if you know where they are. That would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is a short one, which means that one of these would be the long one. See? All the short ones go around the frame. See? Voila. Except, let's just do this part first. Make them tight, or use dry lock, like FPV Unknown suggests, but check your stuff before and after each flight, because that will make or break the experience. That's tight. Just not stripping tight, but tight enough so that, is that the right screwdriver? Yeah, I think this one's it, maybe. tighten each one, 1, 2, just one, so that we know it's not loose. And check these. Oh wow. See? Not that one's going to make a big difference. See? Voila. Now, these screws that are holding together the frame. The smaller ones hold together the frame too, like on the inside. Okay? You can always take a peek and look. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So the smaller ones are on the front and the back. Front, back, small screws. And 4 altogether. No. See, this is the beauty of FPV. There is no care refresh. You are care refresh. You better care and refresh your parts as frequently or infrequent as possible, because the amount of time you'll be spending fixing your stuff, and you learn more about it, you know. And once you see one flight controller, you've seen them all, but the rest is like the build and the frame, and sometimes how much power's in just a metric, you know, like all the goody goop you can probably find on Bradwell's channel. He'll probably go deeper into the flight controller stuff. And I will help you fix your stuff. Yeah, there it is. Kind of neat, huh? We did it. Oh, sort of. This part is the tricky part, because now we have to somehow, you can pull that out like that, and you can push this down like this. Push it out. You'll put it back in, but after you connect the motors and do the battery thing. We can't fly it today anyway because hold on. Make sure the top is the top and the bottom is the bottom. And then if you recall, I soldered it this way. I finagled it so that the wire is in there. And if you've been following me, when it's cold, this thing comes off. So I put sticky tape on here underneath. So that's holding the LEDs together, which is a bummer. And so this will pop off every now and again when you're flying and you crash. Took a little bit of a beating, but it still works. This is the toilet strap thingy that's broken. So we'll probably fix this in another video. Not sure where this goes, but it's an extra one. So check your stuff. But as you saw, the flight controller had all its parts. But just, you know, double check everything. Could have been a spare part from the bag, but everything looks good. Remember, double check. I got one bolt there, and I have one bolt there, and I have one bolt in there. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all of the bolts are accounted for. Okay, knowing that, moving forward, we can take this and put it there. Assume, oh, it could be from the game or something. I don't know. Either way, it came from the bag. The bag from the room. Just check everything. Can't express everything thoroughly. Then look for, you know, anything like, oh, that's where the bolt goes. All right. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so this is the only thing that we're stuck with that we have to fix, and these things are replaceable. I think I have one I can take from another drone, but you know, that's gonna hold the battery. I got RC battery. See, voila. Kind of neat, huh? A little bit of a nightmare. Then we'll plug it in, but we're not gonna fly it. See? Cool, right? And we'll take care of the rest. Kind of neat, huh? So, you know, there was a little confusion with the screws, but just so you know, the longer screws go here. See that? And then the shorter screws go around the frame. And also the back connector thingy is stacked. So just so you know, just take a picture of it so you'll have it for next time. I'll take a snapshot too. But other than that, we'll check it out in another video and see how it flies. You could also mount a GoPro to it, or an action camera like we're using here, except I wouldn't recommend putting the camera on without putting it in its protective frame. And I believe that's pretty much it. I just have to fix this toilet strap thing, which I'll probably do on one of the live streams, so that we'll be good to go. Sounds like the train's coming. So if you have a train to catch, feel free to pause the video, and you know, when you get on and get your seat and give the conductor your ticket, continue and pick up where you left off. I believe when the weather is cold, the strip to the LEDs will fall off. So I actually put some little rubber sticky tape underneath it, like the glue tabs, to hold it, so that when it gets cold it won't fall off. And I believe that's pretty much it. Anyway, I hope this video helped you and better understanding on how to fix that JTX cable when it comes off accidentally when in a flight/crash. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.